Is Bitcoin right now setting the stage for the grand reversal? That's what we're calling it. That's our punchline. We're going to go over that. It is Tuesday, April 8th, 7:12 a.m. We got Bitcoin at 79,180 right now. And we're going to go into Bitcoin. We'll go into some of the macro driver. I'm not going to go too deep into every single chart because basically thought process remains the same as far as the charts go with the macro drivers here. So we'll check in on that. We'll take a look at it. And man, I was just laughing a second ago. You guys are hilarious in the Discord with the handsome. I think going forward, every man in the Discord is going to be called handsome and every woman is going to be called beautiful going forward. So that's going to be the new thing. The hype is unreal. The number one hype squad. Crazy. Love you guys. So let's get into it. Bitcoin already starting to pop a little bit. Let's go to the 12-hour chart because that's going to close in about 47 minutes here. Man, it's been a while since we checked on some anomalies. We're going to have to check on that too as well. So we have 12-hour pair to buy soon. Let's see if we're starting to see the stock RSI cross up. That's solid through the 20 line, but we need to see the TSI. We didn't get to see that last time. Didn't cross really there. It did here, but it was a fake out and it was on the weekend. If we can see that 12-hour cross, then that will spill into the 1 day, like I was saying before. And then we can see that little W on the stock RSI like that. We need to get through the 50 line to the TSI, cross up, get above that 0 line ultimately. Getting above that 0 line in the TSI ultimately will tell us, all right, the dust has settled here. But we can front run it with the 12-hour chart and some lower time frames. But it does seem like, we're shaping up for a grand reversal, and we have a narrative now. I just remembered we have a narrative, folks, and they always come. If the charts look like something, is going to pan out, a narrative pops up out of nowhere like magic. We have more overfed. China's willingness to allow the yuan to depreciate might be a bigger bullish catalyst for Bitcoin. So I guess China is gonna let the yuan burn, baby, burn. And I guess that is super giga bullish for Bitcoin per historical times that they've done that. So there's the catalyst. That could be it for the grand reversal. And then obviously the trade war calming down. That'll do it. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. If we take a look here, if we head any lower, I want to see 75,800, 75, this 2618 hold. If we were to break any lower for any reason, we could come down to this 2618 breakdown extension and 4236 extension smack dab on top of each other at around 70,700. That would be the level I'd expect where we would need to see us hold the line. Well, we had to hold the line there, but where we would come down to, as you can see, we have this trend line track in there. Ultimately, we could go sideways, mess around. If we do have one more kind of sweep, we could see us go down to there. So that's that. And we do have a daily cross, as you can see, confirming, or it happened yesterday. Yeah, it happened yesterday that the death cross happened, as you can see with this red cross there. So that is a bearish signal, but it's also a lagging signal. So as you can see, we got our bearish cross here back in August 9th. And, that was really like the bottom at that point, this zone. So we're in the bottoming zone. It has to be. So that's that. And if we can see that catalyst come to fruition with the China thing and the tariffs, then we have the spark that can see that Uno card reversal. So yeah. And remember, we need to get above 89K, but if we can get back above like 85K, then we're looking solid. That's that. If we look at the other chart, we held that trend line that I put here yesterday, but we need to get above 200 billion and hold daily candle bodies back above it, ideally back above 210 billion. And then at that point, we're likely in the clear and we're going to see a good pump because you can see this trend line coming down like that. So that's what I'm watching as far as others go. And on the 12-hour chart, we're starting to see how at the bottom the stock RSI kind of did this little W. We're on the third time's the charm. See how the three blues with the peaks looking like a mountain there. The third time's the charm. You see the MACD with the three humps. TSI is looking like it wants to cross. So if it's going to happen, the Uno card reversal should happen today, in my opinion. So could be a good day today. Let's take a look at the top chart, which is the pump dump chart for altcoin specifically. We saw that rejection here, mean rejection, came back down. Now we need to see us come down and break this upward sloping trend line. This will do it. If we can come down here and break that, that's going to be the catalyst to really push others up in a big way. If we need to watch this like a hawk, we could come up, hey, we could come up here, retest. But ultimately, when we do break that, that will be the moment that altcoins can really start to press up. So now let's go. The alt season pulse chart came up right to that trend line as well too. We came up to that horizontal zone. See the green shaded zone. We came up to that resistance trend line, and as you can see, this is a weekly chart. Nice long wick on the top. If we can close this with a beat right body to the downside, this candle this week would be the start of, in my opinion, altcoins really starting to take over. And then ultimately we come down, break this downward sloping trend line. We're breaking this trend line back from December of last year, and as we all know, that was really the start of this 3 to 4 months of brutal downtrend in altcoins. So by breaking this, this will be the start of the new uptrend for altcoins, the blow off top, baby, the Uno card reversal, to then ultimately the macro top coming in. It could be by June, July. It could happen fast, so we got to keep our head on a swivel. So that's that. Let's look at, oh, damn, we got a 1 week prepare to sell soon here. Last time we seen that was October, November 2023. Yeah, over here. You see that? And that was when Bitcoin went up in a big way, everything. And then altcoins followed and went up in a big way as well, too. Last time we seen that was over there. We're seeing it again. Like to see it. You like to see it. Bitcoin dominance with the prepare to sell soons. No sell now yet. Nothing's changed as far as that goes. But looking like the stars are lining up, for this to happen here. To catch a lot of people off guard. They wouldn't believe it because of just the downwards pressure and the blood that we've been seeing. But things can change real quick, and there's some coins that have done it. Some coins did the Uno card reversal and just shot up like 100% in one day. It can happen in one day depending on the market cap of the coin. So exciting times ahead here, and we still have some macro data coming out this week that's gonna definitely cause some sparks and everything like that. And just every day there's another news event. So we gotta, like I said, the chords and the boards and the tweets in the streets, we keep an eye and a year out, we'll be all set. So that's that. Let's look at the US NAS 100, still holding the line there. That's all good. We need to hold that. If we go down a little bit lower, likely come down to like 14,000. And at that point, we'd have to hold. But I want to see us have a strong bounce here. And we need to make our way like back above 20,000 and hold to get us back above the weekly 50 moving average there. If we can do that, then we could be in the overall clear, and we could see new all-time highs ultimately by the end of, the end of this year for the US NAS 100. But everything's holding up. We're not seeing any shakiness this morning, so that's good. If we take a look on the right side, we had some green popping on the board. Over here, there is some still in the red, but not too bad like yesterday morning. So we could see all those flip green in no time. I think we're just going to leave it off at that. I mean, nothing's changed as far as the message here. I know you're picking up what I'm putting down. So that's going to be it. Link in the bio. Come join the Discord. I'll keep you guys updated in real time if anything changes. And that's that. So I will see you in the next video and in the Discord, my handsome and beautiful people. See you over there.